So you're going bald. If you're watching this video, presumably you're starting to see some hair loss. You're a bald man in training. And I want to make this video just to give you something to reflect back on and to know that it gets better. It gets better, because balding sucks. It sucks. Notice I said balding sucks. Being bald doesn't suck. Balding, it sucks really hard. Seeing your once crispy hairline, not that I ever really had a straight hairline, but seeing your once crispy hairline start pulling back and noticing that life, time, aging, it's taking effect on you. It's going to take an effect on you. Your self-image is going to change. The way people see you in your head is going to drastically change. The world's collapsing around you. Every morning you wake up, every time you walk past a mirror or see your reflection, you're constantly self-conscious. I know, I get it. It sucks. It sucks. But it gets better. I used to be a person that was very much, not obsessed, but I liked having long hair. I liked being able to change up my styles, have it in braids sometimes, have it in a ponytail sometimes, rock a fro when I was a little bit younger. The variety was nice. And a lot of people, their hair is part of their image, right? It's a huge factor in how we look and how we separate ourselves from how other people look, right? Man or woman. Sometimes things happen and you just can't fight it. You can't fight it. And I know what you did. You went on Google, you went on YouTube, you typed in how to prevent hair loss, what to do if you're going bald, how to fix. I get it. I did the same thing for a while. I did a lot of research for probably a couple of weeks, trying to understand what causes it. Is it always hereditary? Does it have to do with my health? What vitamins can I take that will help prevent the hair loss? Started reflecting back on the older guys in my family. I'm just like, hold on. Yeah, they all lost hair. It was probably inevitable. Look at my father, my grandfather, my uncles. It's like, okay, it's probably inevitable. Eventually I accepted it, but then you start looking at different chemicals and different creams and lotions you could put on there. You start wondering if the opposite sex, or whatever your whatever your attraction is, if those people are gonna like you. It sucks. It sucks. And you're gonna have to change your self-image. Like for me, I used to see myself in a certain way, and then when you start losing hair, you start imagining yourself bald, and you think, man, what if I have a weird shaped head? What if it just doesn't, I can't pull it off? What if it just looks bad? You start thinking about the worst looking bald dudes you've ever seen in your life, and you're like, what if that's gonna be me? I won't even be me anymore. Every morning you wake up and you're about to go to the washroom, and you have to pass the mirror. You're gonna see yourself, and it puts a little pit in your stomach. It almost makes you sick. You go throughout your day, you're thinking about it all throughout the day. You see an attractive woman, she's passing you. You're trying to change the angle that she sees you on because you're super self-conscious about it. It hurts. It hurts, right? And you think, man, there's no way I can look better or look decent bald compared to the way I looked when I had hair. I know, it sucks. It sucks. But guess what? It gets better. And it's funny to me now because I used to tell people, and I still tell people, the process of going bald, like balding, losing hair, was the single most mentally draining and exhausting experience of my life. People think I'm exaggerating when I say that. I'm totally not exaggerating, but no one can relate. No one can relate unless they went through a similar situation where they had to completely transform their self-image. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Whether you're going to work, whether you're at the gym, whether you're playing sports, right? Every time you're taking a shower, you're noticing all the hair that's falling all over the place. Right there, it hits you so hard. And it affects your confidence level. I've always been really confident, but during that 2 or 3 year period where I started realizing okay, things ain't getting better, nothing's working, I'm definitely going bald, every day is gonna be worse than the day before. It affected my when I say it was the most draining part of my life, it was absolutely the most exhausting mentally part. My confidence took a hit, my work ethic took a hit, my willingness to exercise took a hit. Because you're thinking it's downhill from here, right? It sucks. It sucks. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking about what can you do? Sure, there's different things you can do. I maybe Googled a couple of times different technological things, doing the tattoos with a hairline and all that stuff. I didn't look into it too long because for me, that's too high maintenance. It's not really, to me, it wouldn't allow me to be myself. I wouldn't feel like me. I'd rather just shave my head and just take it and get used to living the rest of my life as a bald dude, right? Some people take different approaches. They use like Rogaine, and I actually bought Rogaine one time. I bought like a 2-month supply. I used it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, man, forget this. I'm not using this like 3 times a day, every day for my life. People take the pills, different types of pills you can take. Not necessarily to grow your hair back, but to sort of prevent further hair loss. But I was like, man, I'm not into this high maintenance stuff. I can't do something like this every day. I'd rather just bite the bullet and shave my head and be done with it. And you know, when I shaved it, for me, I shaved it just before I went on a backpacking trip to Thailand. So I shaved it, and I was gonna have 3 weeks in a country where nobody knew me to kind of adjust myself. You know the worst part about shaving my head? You'll experience this too, without a doubt. The worst part is not shaving your head. It's having to deal with hundreds of people's reactions to you shaving your head, and just like preparing mentally for their inevitable reaction. When you go to work, when you see family, when you post your picture online. In my opinion, this is best to get it over with. And once you do finally shave your head, which you will, take a picture, you know, even if it's a professional picture, take a nice picture, post it online as soon as you can. Get it over with. People are gonna message you, and you know, if you have that kind of relationship with your friends, they'll clown you a bit. Your friends will reach out. People will be surprised. It's gonna come. It's best to not try to avoid the inevitable. That's my belief. It's best to not avoid the inevitable. So if you're in a position where you're realizing you're starting to lose hair and it's really going, you know, it's really going, my advice is to shave it as soon as possible. Because the day is gonna come. It's better to do it now, get used to it now, than to wait. There's a quote that I heard during my my hair loss journey. Balding is worse than bald when it comes to how you look. Because when you see somebody that's rocking confidently a bald head, they look great. It just looks like it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's a guy with a bald head. Maybe he has a beard. Maybe he's muscular. He looks good. But balding, no one looks good balding. A lot of people look good bald. It's clean. It's nice. You put on a suit. You know, learn how to dress nice. Put on some weight. Bald looks good. Balding never really looks good. Balding, when you see a guy who's clearly like losing mad hair, and he still hasn't shaved it yet, or worse, the ones that like have like no hair up here, but they have like a ponytail from the hair on the side. When you see those people, it's like, man, I think you're, it's almost like you're a little delusional. Because I mean, they're still insecure about it, but they don't want to let go. And it's like you can rip the band-aid off quick, or you can rip it off really slow. Like instead of ripping it in one large swipe, it might take like 20. And it's like, just rip the band-aid off. Balding is worse than bald. Just remember that. It's gonna guide your thinking with a lot of different areas of your life. It's gonna be uncomfortable at first, but clean cut is my advice. Clean cut's the way to go. I mean, believe me, I clean like right to the wood. You know what I mean? Right to the wood. And I tried doing like the low kind of like cut. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Clean is just the way to go in my opinion, right? Everyone's different, but clean is the way to go if you ask me. Over time, you're gonna realize that nobody cares as much as you think they did. Right now, I have this conversation on this topic so lightly now because I realized that all my imaginations and my thoughts and my worries and my fears, it was completely in my head. There's bald people everywhere. It's not within your control. It's highly hereditary. Sometimes it's due to your nutrition, but more often than not, it's probably hereditary. Can't do nothing about it. Maybe in the future, sure, you can do the hair transplants and stuff and like take hair from back here and put it up there, but I've seen it done. It's not very impressive. Ask LeBron James. Like the amount of, if I was LeBron, I would have shaved that a long time ago, man. Pull the Kobe, pull the Michael Jordan, just shave it off, man. But you know, everyone's different. But for you, if you're watching this video and you're going through some hair loss and you're concerned about going bald, my advice, hey, you know, keep it while it looks all right. But once it's clearly obvious, let it go, man. Let it go. I wanted to make this video for a long time because I knew that making this video was the final step in my acceptance of being able to openly and freely talk about baldness, about hair loss. I was super concerned. I was just like, man, if I have a weird shaped head, man, I feel for you. Some of you are gonna have a weird shaped head, and if you do, you just gotta accept it. The process of balding versus the actual experience of being bald, the experience of being bald is always better. Always better. Again, looks better, but the way you feel. The day that I cut my hair and took a razor and just straight to the wood, baby, my confidence just came back tenfold. For 3 years, it was dwindling, and then as soon as you cut it, boom, and you get used to it. It's a little bit of a curve. It's a little steep, but once you get over that hump, and you pull the trigger and you just do it, it will open your world up. I mean it. It will open your world up. Every breath you take feels better. When you look around at the colors, everything's more vibrant. The reds are more red. The blues are more blues. You know? So I'm telling you, you're scared now. You're watching this video. You see me talking about it kind of lightly, and you're thinking like, man, I just wish I could fast forward to the point that I'm super comfortable with it and it doesn't bother me at all. I know. For the 9th time in this video, it sucks. It's unfortunate, but this too shall pass. You'll get over that. You'll get over that insecure, self-conscious kind of point, and you'll. The grass is greener. The grass literally is greener on the other side. Not literally, but theoretically, it's greener on the other side when it comes to shaving your head. Trust me. So let this be the video you resort back to. I hope you believe in me. Trust me, as your friend, good old cousin Adrian. The time will come, and when it does, to shave it, you'll feel better about it. Just trust me. I know it's hard. It's hard to imagine feeling better about having a bald head because you're going through your hair loss. I get it. Right now, you're a bald man in training. I want you to get to being like the grandmaster bald head, right? That's where I am, grandmaster bald head, right? The only thing that I don't like about, even if I could grow my hair again, I wouldn't even grow it long. I would just like to be able to go a month without shaving my head and feel okay about it. Because I shave my head every like 7 days. You don't want it to get long and messy, but that's the only thing that really sucks about being bald, is having to kind of monitor it, maintain it. Right? Because you don't want to go 2 weeks without shaving your head and be all like grown out over here and nothing at the top, right? But now not only do I accept it, but I'm confident going into the world with my bald head, and one day you will be too. Trust me.